Hi everyone, welcome to this first stitch with me that I'm doing here. My name is Stuart, this is Stuart's and Stitches. Hopefully you can see my hands. So if you've watched my latest video, you'll know I'm planning a new start on Winter White Santa. And I'd asked a question about the fabric I was planning to use, and I've changed the fabric now. After a colour consult with Carl, we came up with this lovely variegated fabric here from Sparklies, which is opalescent, and we'll give it a go. I'm doing a centre start because it is slightly tight in the margins at the side. So that there is the centre, and I've counted down to where I want to start. And we're starting with colour what? Where's that symbol? Colour 926. This one here. And I'm doing a loop start. And we're off. So let's see how we got on with this. Now I'm just going to stand up because I want to have a look and see what you're seeing. I'll take that out the way now because it's reflecting. And hopefully you'll see what I'm up to. Let's see how it goes. I will watch this back afterwards just to make sure, and I've no idea how long this is going to be. And we'll see how we get on. So how many over am I doing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, space 3. So let's see how we get on. Slide this over, take the chart over there. Let's hope the chart stays out of focus. And hopefully you can hear me alright. I'm always amazed at people who do stitch with me and how they just keep blethering. I'm not quite sure what I want to say today in this first experiment on it, but at least you're seeing how I stitch. So I generally stitch two-handed. I've got this in my needle needs scroll rods on my needle needs necessaire stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to watch what I'm counting as well while I'm talking, just so that I don't go astray. 5, 6, 7, space 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in block areas like this, I tend to go across in one direction and then finish my stitches coming back in the other. So what's been happening today? Today is Tuesday. Tuesday the, 2nd of December. So we're officially into December now. So what have I done today? So I've done my temperature stitching earlier on, posted that up on TikTok. I opened number 2 from the Historical Advent Samplers, Historical Sampler Company's Advent box. Yes, words are going to be difficult when I'm trying to count as well. Let's see how that goes. So they're done and recorded for future consumption. Well, the TikTok is up already for today's temperature stitching. Spoiler alert, it was 8 today, which hasn't been seen since October, I think. September, October. Scary Sampler from Heartstring Samplery, so that got an hour's worth of stitching on it. So that was quite good, because I haven't seen that one out for a long time. And then, well, after that, what did I do after that? Oh, I've been to Asda, just get bits and pieces that we needed. Carl wanted a fruit loaf, so I'm getting some stuff to make that. So that's just come out of the oven now and it's sitting downstairs cooling. A good £2 fruit loaf. It's a good solid fruit loaf, by the way. My mother's recipe. Well, I recognise the writing. I don't know where she got it from, but I recognise the writing as being my mum's. And it never fails, as long as I remember to chuck in an egg minus the shell. So that'll be, looking forward to trying that in a wee while. I'm out for a walk. It's a lovely day here today. It's very cold, but it's nice and bright and sunny. So a nice, I don't know, about 3 kilometre walk up into the town a bit and then out into the country and back along the bike path that runs the back of our house. So that took about half an hour, so that was nice. Enjoyed that. Now I got finished winding the threads for this. With Carl's help, reselected the fabric, and hence now we're underway. So let's keep going. I don't know what else I've been up to today. I was just playing my game. I'm playing Hay Day for those who are farmers, or game farmers rather, as opposed to real life farmers. The new derby started today, so I'll get underway with that. Taking on whatever tasks are needed for my neighbour. Would have knotted my thread. There we go. Sorted. And you'll see a railroad, and I'm doing it. That's just habit now. Railroad my threads just to make sure they lie smoothly, or as smoothly as I can get them anyway. I'm not the quickest of stitchers, as you'll see, but we'll get there, we get there. I'm assuming this is still recording. I must just stand up and have a look. Ah, I see it. It's still going. The timer's still going. 5 minutes so far, that's alright. So, we'll just plough on with this. What was yesterday? Monday? What else happened? What's happened this week? Not a lot, to be honest. Monday, what was yesterday? I can't even remember what I did yesterday. That's dreadful. Old age is a terrible thing. It was an alright sort of day. I know I got out for a walk. Oh no, I didn't. It wasn't an alright sort of day. Sunday was the last day I was out for a walk. I was out for a walk yesterday. I went to the barber, so got myself all trimmed up. So the hair and the beard that you saw in Sunday's video are now gone. And they're now in the sweepings of the barber floor. So that was nice. It's always nice and relaxing there, apart from the fact when he's got this cutthroat razor against your jugular. And then you just, at that point there's not much you can do about it. You just try not to think of Sweeney Todd too much. I feel like I'm sitting here rabbiting to myself. I think Carl downstairs is off doing whatever story he's doing in his Facebook or Instagram just now, which always takes him about half an hour to sort out what he wants to do. So he helped me get this set up and then he buggered off and left me to it, which is good. So I found this fabric and we both had looked at it and he said, oh aye, that'll be alright. So I've edged it, I've run it around the sewing machine just to make sure nothing's going to fray, because there's not a lot of edge on either side of this, so I really can't afford to have it fraying. And we'll stitch away and see how it goes. So I discovered in my sock that I'm knitting, the Arne Carlos Christmas one, I'm going to have to tink back and do a wee bit of reverse knitting because I forgot to do the row for the afterthought heel that needs done. I did wonder at one point when I was knitting away last night and merrily carrying on thinking, oh, I've got 2 rows of white here. And it suddenly dawned on me this morning after I got on to the next section and knitted in some of the blue, that yeah, that would have been one of those would have been the rows for the afterthought heel. So Stuart, you're going to have to unpick it all and go back. And I hate doing reverse knitting. However, we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. I'll put a wee bit of a lifeline in before I get to it just to make sure I don't go too far and lose everything. Don't like the look of that stitch. Neither I do. It's not lying quite the way I want it. I really should get one of those laying tools. Well, I think I've got one, but I find it a bit cumbersome to use. Is it June I've watched sometimes? He's got something in his finger that looks fairly lethal. You wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of that. I'm just looking at my chart here. 1 and 2 of those. Another one, and only one when I go over the gap. Right. So I don't think this will be very long. I wanted to get a start in this, then when I next pick it up, at least I know where I am. And that should be 4 up to where that needle is. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good. So I can take out that marker now. There. So I just thought you'd quite like to see this new start on my Winter White Santa, which I'm going to enjoy stitching, and I will not lose the threads this time, he says, hopefully. So up the side of this here, which is the actual centre, I'm 1 in from the centre. Is a row of 011HL, which I do not have at the moment. I've got for the other 3 metallics that are needed, I've got the Petite Treasure Braid conversions, but I've got nothing for 011HL. But I think I've used that before. I'm sure that's some gunmetal. That one is a kind of dark, sparkly grey. I'm sure I've got that lurking somewhere. So I'll have a look and see if I can find it. 2 lots of 3, 2 lots of 1 on this side. I suppose the whole point of a stitch with me is you are stitching with me, and if you get any fun bletherings out of me, then it's an added bonus. I can't even talk about my work because I don't work. I'm in the fortunate position of having taken early retirement, that's nearly, I can't believe it, nearly 2 years ago now, 20th of December 2023. I handed my laptop over and handed my pass in and walked out the building. Well, I didn't actually walk out the building, I was working from home, so I went to a colleague who works in the next town along from me and gave him my laptop and my pass. And never looked back since. Best thing I ever did. I have absolutely no regrets with that at all. If you have the ability to do it and you're in two minds about it, go for it. It's the best thing I've ever done. I've never been bored yet. I never wake up in the morning thinking, what am I going to do today? Because I've got so many things to do. Time I sort of do my stitching, get into the sewing room, maybe make a bag or two and read and spend time with Carl and all the kind of stuff that gets flung to the wayside when you're working. So I would heartily recommend it if you're in that position and wondering whether to do it or not. I mean, it was a bit nerve-wracking at first when you suddenly realise I actually have no form of income that I'm working for. But once the first payments drop into your account and you realise actually, yeah, I can survive in this, then it's all good. You just keep going. So, there's the first 4 rows done. As you can tell, I do enjoy my stitching. I do plenty of it. I find it very relaxing. And I love working with the lovely materials, the colours and of the threads, the lovely sparkly fabric. I'm really into opalescent fabric these days. Cannot get enough sparkle and bling as far as I'm concerned. I look back at some of the ones I've already done. I wish I'd done them in opalescent, but hey ho, there we are. If only are the 2 most futile words in the English language. Is that all what's happening? What we're doing for the rest of the day when I've done this? It'll soon be coffee time. I can do a bit of a caffeine injection, examine the cake, see how it's looking. At the moment it's just cooling in its tin, so I need to disinter it. So thank goodness for the person who invented greaseproof paper in the shape of loaf tins, by the way. That's a godsend. Here we are, we're getting there with this. This thread's nearly done. Where are we? I'm busy rapping. I'll need to play this back and hope that I'm intelligible and clear. Or there will be tears. I have a fear I might be 1 stitch off centre. I think I was when I was starting this, but I think in the grand scheme of things that's not going to be a problem. So, a bit of follow through of something there and got it. So for this, because I'm in a block of colour, I'm probably just going to end on the front with a pin stitch. So you'll be able to see how I do my pin stitches in a very short time. I can just get through there. Where are we? So I've done 4 of these, 4 of this little section here. So that means, aye. So I don't need. So I am now within. So you're trying to concentrate on the chart and talk at the same time. That's that's not challenging at all. It really isn't. I'm just going to see for the first point I need to start frogging. And the light's going now. What time is it? It's 5 to 4. And my needle's just unthreaded. Don't you just hate when that happens? Oh, where's my threader? That's a good question. Where is my threader? It's funny, it was over there. Oh, there it's. I couldn't see it for looking at it. Aye, where are we? better. And given that's in the risk of doing that, let's do our pin stitch. So basically just come up there, I go down there, it's like weaving a figure of 8, go up there, back down in the middle, out to the side somewhere, and just snip that end off. And if you do need to frog that bit's a bugger to get out. Now, what colour was I using there? 92 something. 926. Here's the colours. I think you can see those hopefully. And my economical floss drops. So 946. Oh, that's not the colours, that's for Blackwater Sirens. What am I thinking? I was thinking there's a lot of colours there. That's the colours for Santa. I was looking and thinking, these colours don't look like what I expected. That's them there with trusty floss drops. Right. Can you tell I'm slightly distracted here? One thread. So you'll think that probably looks quite a long thread. It is. But once I fold it in half, it's the length, it's a cubit effectively, the length from my fingertip to my elbow, which I think is a standard definition of a cubit. So a cubit is obviously a very fluid sense of measurement, as we're all very different in our sizes. There we go, one needle threaded, we're good to go again. So I'm just going to do my loop starts and go down. Oh wait a minute till I tidy that, there's a loose thread there, let me just finagle that out the way. There we go, gone. Right, go down there, up here, and through the loop, and back down we go. Preferably without a knot. And it just pops through the back. As easy as that, he says. It's thirsty work, this stitching and blathering. Right, there's something funny happened there. I'll need to go back and investigate that. I'll probably just go with it, I think, when I get there. Thread slightly twisted. There we are. And I think I'll just lay another strand over there because it does seem to be slightly askew. Or something. No, I can actually poke it into shape, into the way I like it to be. No, that's better. I've looked at it from out with the magnifier. That's actually not bad. Right, where were we? Again, I love this game, don't you? Where was I? Right, we're doing 6 this time. On row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and then 5. Sorry, it's going all quiet, so I'm busy counting in my head as I go along. Now, so tonight we're not doing much. We'll probably catch up on some telly. I think I'm watching Cuffs just now. It's a cop series, New Rookies, set in Brighton, in the south of England. So that's quite fun. And the rookies get started out, plus it's almost like a kind of soap of the rookies and those who are sort of charged with looking after them and training them up. So I'm quite enjoying that. And I've started to rewatch Stranger Things. I know I'm way behind in that. I only ever got to season 1. I never got past season 1. So I'm now on having rewatched season 1, I'm now in season 2. Although the last season now is out, which is that not of epic length as well? Some of the episodes not movie length or film length, or from what I hear. Never. Season 2 at the moment, the episodes are still of a sensible length, so that's alright. I'm happy with that. And so that was 6, and then the next one is 5, and that's me up to my centre point. Although I'm over one stitch, which I don't think is going to be the end of the world. What does one stitch do measurement wise? Tape measure out. It's about an 1/8, a 16th of an inch by the look of it. 2 takes up 1/4 of an inch. Or thereabouts. I'm hoping this is 28 count fabric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's shrunk slightly in the dyeing process, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It started now anyway, so we're committed. In more ways than you could possibly imagine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How difficult it is to count to 7 and 5, tell me. If you're at a retreat and you're sitting blethering away, stitching merrily, and you suddenly realise, oh wait a minute, what used to be 7 is now 8. Oh dear. That well. It is called counted cross stitch for a reason, I'm sure. Right. Here we are. So I think when I get to the end of this, I'm going to stop, because this is really just a trial and an experiment. I'll give you something to laugh at, probably, to thinking, what on earth is he doing now? So just get these in, and that's the first wee block started on Winter White Santa from Mirabilia. We'll see what it looks like when I play it back, if I'm happy enough with it. It doesn't look too silly. I'll need to put it through Power Director just to get the sound sorted, I imagine. There. That's not bad at all. So we'll leave it there for the moment. So you might see more of this by the time I next show it to you on Sunday. We'll see. So I think that's it for just now. Thank you for tuning in and watching, as always. Much appreciated. For the first ever stitch with me from Stuart at Stuarts and Stitches. And I'll see you all on Sunday. Bye.